Okay.
Should be live.
Not live on my computer. Maybe I just have to refresh. Okay. There it is. Should be live.
We up?
Oh, I gotta turn down the volume. Refresh. Oh.
Everything good.
Move my tablet over here.
Yeah, everybody bear with us, bear with us, bear with us. Had some technical difficulties going on in the house. There we go. There we go. All right, who we still need? Well, they can jump in. I put the link in the chat. What's up, chat room? What's up, chat room?
Yeah, we need Monster. It's not up in here yet.
Monster's coming. Monster got some. We got some technical difficulties itself. All right, all right. So, all right. So,
everybody, bear with us, bear with us, bear with us.
Oh shit! Let me turn that shit down. Yeah. All right. What's up to the chat? Yeah, that damn YouTube, man. All right, all right. So who all we got on here today?
What's up, fellas?
That delay is lagging.
All right, Lucky and High Roots. You got your boy. Can't wait till it's legal. Hey, welcome to episode 10, Trichome Life Grower Stream. But we got a bunch of topics for you guys today. We're pretty sure you guys are going to be really happy with this episode. I wanted to make a couple. Me and Monster wanted to make an announcement, but Monster's having some technical difficulties of his own. So you see my boy Lucky, TTB, he up on the panel. We got some new additions to the Trichome Chasers. We got Lucky, we got my boy Hands in Dirt, and we got THC Wavy. That's our new additions to the Trichome Chaser family. I wanted to tell them guys, I'm glad you guys was able to, accepted our invitation to get in with us. We've been watching you guys. We kind of like what you guys do. You guys are some younger growers, some young bucks out there. We need some young Thundercats to go along with a couple of these experienced growers that we got. That's how it makes this whole family, one good unit. So, Lucky, what you got going on over there today, brother?
Just flipping a flower tomorrow. So I was just trying to get some help here and get some questions answered and be the new guy asking all the dumb questions.
Remember, man, no question asked is a dumb question, bro.
That's
well.
Let me flip this around.
All right, then we got my man High Roots. High Roots, how you doing today, man?
Good. Just been running all over town.
Hey, I saw you went to that Emeralds Cup, man. You didn't sound too happy about that shit. What happened?
Oh, just a lot of bullshit. First, when we got there, my friends had to jump out of their car because traffic was so bad just to get into the parking lot. It took like about an hour and a half just to move like 30 feet. And then by the time I got up to the parking lot, they put up a sign saying lot full. So then I had to pull into another parking lot, and they said, oh, you can't park here. It's too swampy. We're moving everybody out while other people were parking there. So I turned around, met some dudes while I was trying to park, and became friends, but parked like 2 miles away. And then took us about 3 hours to get in. Later that Saturday night, we couldn't get into the Damian Marley show because they locked everybody out. That was because the building only held 3,500 people, but they sold 30,000 tickets. And then on top of that whole day, I was running all over the place trying to find the breeding panels, this and that. And I come to find out Sunday morning, the stage manager for the Clone Zone hall didn't show up, and they had no idea why. So all those panels were canceled. All the breeding, there was like 4 different breeding panels for different, and they were all canceled. And there's a teaming with fungi panel that was canceled too. So I mean, and then on top of it, there's mud everywhere. So by the end of Saturday night, my jeans are covered in mud.
Right.
So it wasn't the best time. I mean, I had better times at the High Times Cups, honestly. I mean, Sunday was a little better, but and kind of, I mean, this isn't on them, but I couldn't find anybody that I was supposed to meet up with. It was like impossible. And I kept leaving things on Instagram where I was. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it sounds like you had a rough one, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I got some good genetics. I got some good hash. I mean, the cool part is I got to see my friends at North Star Genetics. I haven't seen them in a few years, so I got to see them and hang out with them for a bit. So it's kind of cool. It was really cool to see those guys.
That's good. That's good, man. DC Farmer, what's up, baby?
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
All
Send
right,
a shout
man.
out, you know, say what's up to everybody in the chat, showing me love and everybody, you know, what's going on in the panel.
What's up?
That's what's up, man. So how you doing over there, man? What you got going on over there?
Man, just maintaining, trying to stay on top of the garden, fighting this weather. You know, but other than that, everything's going okay.
That got cold up here, bro.
With the quickness.
And Monster, use your phone. The computer don't work, use your phone.
Nah, that's what it is. He only got a phone. His phone ain't working.
His phone's from like 1992.
Yeah. Yeah, man. If that first wave of cold that came through here, man, we was in with the wind chill, bro. It was like below. It was like -15, -20. I wasn't happy with that at all, man.
Yeah, I had to turn everything up to full capacity.
50 degrees here.
Can't wait. What state are you in?
Huh? That's a secret, homeboy.
Oh, okay. Somewhere cold.
I'll fill you in later. Yeah, but
iPhone
let's
first.
see what we got.
That's pretty funny for a biota.
Oh, what did he say? iPhone the first generation?
Yeah. Dude, my cousin just switched to Android today, and he's like tripping out that he can't figure out how to use his phone.
Right. I think we're waiting on a couple more panel members, but we can get started before they come. You know, we had a few topics that we wanted to go. We wanted to go with. I think you had a question, didn't you?
Yeah, man, I got a couple questions, man. I'm kind of new at this, nutrient wise. You know, rocking Fox Farm Ocean Forest soil, and then I've got Fox Farm nutrients. So I'm a little timid to feed, you know, because I don't want to burn my shit up. I've heard a lot of stories about Fox Farm. I'm about to flip the flower also, and I'm gonna try Scroggin for the first time. And I'm also a little nervous about that because I can't move the plants around. And
there we go.
You know, he's here.
Oh, for bottle growing. Just go half strength. Rule of thumb, half strength. Especially when mixing other nutrients. I'm starting now with small plants quarter strength, but never, whatever it says on the bottle, half strength. Never go full strength.
I've got 5 gallon pots, Ocean Forest soil, and you know, I'm also wondering how do I check my runoff, because I've got these things in a scrog now, so I don't know how to.
With the pH meter. I do no-till, so I haven't used a pH meter in like 10 years.
Well, I'm
Okay.
like this, man. I don't do the no-till, but I'll be honest, man. I usually don't check my runoff. I usually don't check the PPMs on my runoff. I'll check the PPMs because by watering it in between, I usually don't have no issues. You know what I'm saying? Like if I feed and then I water in between that, I usually don't have no issues. The only time I check my PPMs is like when I go to flush.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the rain method. You feed with nutrients, then you just do plain water, then you feed with nutrients. Yeah. So you don't overfeed.
Do you guys only flush once at the end, or do you flush in the middle?
Well, this cycle I did
in my
flush.
opinion, flushing isn't necessary at all, even with bottled nutrients. Because I mean, all flushing really does is rid the root zone of salts. It doesn't do anything to get rid of the nutrients. Those chemicals are still going to be in your buds when you smoke them. So when you flush, all you're really doing is causing nutrient deficiencies. So I mean, I think you take it all the way up to the end. Just maybe go like lighter strength towards the end, quarter strength maybe. But I mean, I used to flush all the time back in the day. I mean, when I was running hydro and running Botanicare, I always flushed, but you know, I didn't know any better then. So I mean, just trial and error, really. Just see what you like. I mean,
now
it's all preference to everyone, really. You know.
How often do y'all feed? Do you feed? You go feed water feed, or do you go feed water feed?
I'll tell you the way I did.
You got to get a feel for
my first grow.
You just got to get a feel for the plant, read the plant. I mean, just see what it needs. I mean, if you're just being new to it, I would say go with the rain method. Just feed nutrients one watering, the next watering plain water, then feed nutrients the next water. Once you get a feel for it, you can just use nutrients every time and just go to lower strength.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you what I did. What I did with my first one. See, I'm in cocoa now, so I can feed. I usually feed like every time I water, or every time I have water, I'm usually feeding in cocoa. But when I was in soil, when I was using ocean forest, feeding once a week. Every day, the same day, I fed, and I fed it till I had like a 20% runoff tray, and then I would water like 2 or 3 days in between the next feeding. That's the way I did it, and I mean mine. Man, my buds came out stellar, man, stellar.
And you were rocking Fox Farm, right then?
Yep, I used the big grow. Everything was Fox Farm, soil and nutrients. Only other nutrient I used was Humboldt honey and Humboldt flavorful.
Yeah, I was thinking about using like the Flora Nectar with the Tiger Bloom.
That Tiger Bloom is a shit, bro.
Is it good? Okay.
Oh yeah, it's shit.
Should I use a carb with it? Should I use a sweetener, Flora Nectar, or something like that?
No.
Oh, for sure.
No. In my opinion, those PK boosters are a waste. I mean, as long as you got a good base and your plants aren't deficient, you don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, we talked about this in the last show. Because in my opinion, their PK boosters is just more of a marketing scheme, and your plants don't really need it, and it just creates FOS abuse. And the only benefit of some of them is they have a little more sulfur in them than your base. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can get lockouts towards the end if you're using the PK booster along with your base.
Now, is Flora Nectar considered a PK booster?
I don't know that nutrient. I actually never have used it. I have friends that have used it in the past, but I specifically don't know that. I've never even looked at it other than in the those old Sun System or Sunlight catalogs, you know.
Yeah.
So I really can't speak on that. When I was using bottled nutes back in the day, all I ever used was Botanicare or Fox Farm or Humboldt Nutrients. That was it.
Cool.
What's going down, everybody? How's everybody feeling tonight?
What's up, Monster?
What's going down?
There he is.
I'm just over here rolling up, man. Finally got my shit working. You heard.
Mosh, I'm gonna let you take over. Mosh, I'm gonna let you take over. We didn't really we haven't started the topics yet. Lucky had asked this question, so if you guys want to start your topics, I gotta make a quick run to the head, man, and then I'll be back.
All right. Well, so we got Lucky PTB on the panel with us tonight. It's the first time for Lucky, so shout outs to Lucky for coming and joining us. You know. Oh yeah, I like that shirt, bro. That's hot.
Yeah, I tried to get some blueberry seeds at the cup, and they were out, and I was like, again? It's been like 2 years. So the girl handed me a shirt, and I was like, and it was the right size, too. It actually fit. So they usually give you those tiny-ass shirts that never fit.
Word.
Yeah.
What's up? Yeah, I fuck with that shirt. So I guess, Lucky wanted to get on and get some kind of like advice from everybody since he's surrounded by, so much knowledge and experience and stuff like that. I figure, you know what I'm saying? We kind of go over his setup and then try to figure out, the best way to utilize, the things that he has in his garden and stuff like that. You feel me?
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
So just in case, people aren't familiar with, your garden and stuff like that, why don't you give us a little tour and kind of show us about. Yeah.
Sure, man. Right now, I'm in Washington, D.C., so we can rock 12 plants. 6 plants can be mature at one time, but 12 plants total. I don't know if that's with clones too, but I would imagine if they don't have roots, they're not considered a plant. So I've got 4 plants right now in a 4x4 tent, and this is my flowering tent. And I just, I'm doing everything basic for right now. I've got 2 basic LEDs, Viper Spectra, off Amazon. They're 600 watt equivalent. I believe they're 278 watts, actual watts coming from the wall a piece. And I've got my plants are Agent Orange, so they're in 5-gallon pots. They are ocean forest soil, and that's pretty much it. All I've been giving it is a little bit of CalMag, a little bit of silica. I gave it Grow Big once, and that was it. And I really haven't gone back to it, but I'm going to have to start feeding it here pretty soon. I was wondering if, a scrog was something that a new grower should do. So if you're a new grower, I mean, should you just let your plants grow naturally and stake them, or is a scrog considered like an advanced type of technique? I went ahead and scrog, like you can see, just because I said screw it. Let's just try and do it.
That's not really technically a scrog, bro. That's just like a trellis net for support. A scrog would actually mean like a screen of green. That would mean that, you're taking the time to veg the plants out through the screen and filling your entire screen up. So that's not technically a scrog. It's just basically like a double trellis.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
You'd bend the plants to just get a bigger yield. You'd bend the branches through the netting and everything. So you'd fill out more space and have more tops. So, I mean, you could still scrog if you keep it vegging.
Yep.
Is that your tent right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah. I mean, you just, as they move up, just, or even now, as they get a little bigger, you can bend them into the other holes. And then as they go up, keep bending, and then you'll have a scrog. I mean, that's what I try and do. I mean, I over veg them a little bit in veg, and then I move them into the flower room and do all that usually. But now I'm trying to do one room at a time. But yeah, you'll get a bigger yield doing that method than most others.
Yeah,
I mean, each method really depends on the plant, though. But scrogging is pretty universal for the most part. Just some will take longer to, fill out than others. That's about it.
Yeah.
And honestly, bro, that'd probably be like the best decision for your small plant count and just to utilize your square footage. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Is to scrog your plants out. Make sure that each one of those squares in that screen has a branch coming through, so that branch will turn into a cola. You know what I'm saying?
And if they even start getting really tall, you can weave the branches through the trellis, and then you get a lot more tops that way too.
Should I veg a little bit longer?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think just get it filled out. You at least want the everything filled out as soon as you're hitting the next net. Then just when it's just hitting the next net, you can flip the light.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I want the space in between both nets full.
Yeah, in my opinion, yeah, because I mean you're gonna shim up a little more lower growth, but you'll just have more tops that way, and you'll have just Well, then again, you're doing bottle newts in 5 gallons, so you don't really have to worry about pot size. So yeah, just fill it out.
So I got probably another 2 weeks to go, I bet then.
Yeah. Shit, I'm like a month behind in my garden just because of the holidays and traveling and shit. I have nothing in flower right now. I'm still like halfway done cleaning the flower room. So it's gonna be, as soon as I get plants in there, it'll be another 2 weeks of veg. So
I don't know, like if you could kind of tell us, bro, like what are you trying to, I know me and you had a little conversation about it, but I kind of want you to kind of like go back over that just so the panel and the chat, they know what you're looking for out of your garden. You know what I'm saying? Because I always ask that to people, like, what are you growing for? Are you growing for yield? Are you growing for quality? Are you growing for personal stash? Are you growing for other patients or other people, or you know what I mean? So
are you trying to make hash or
exactly right.
Growing for yield. I mean, I'm trying to maximize what the law will allow, and trying to figure out how that's done with a plant count that's between 6 and 12. I mean, how do you run a perpetual and maximize the law?
Right.
Scrog?
So let me chime in on that one right quick.
Just about to ask
the right amount of photons.
I was just about to ask you, DC, what's your advice for bro? For Lucky?
Man, all right, going off of what he just said, maximize your plant count, you need space. For what you're looking for, the tent is not going to do it. Now, if you want to maximize 6 plants, do what I'm doing. Get space, let the plants beast out.
Get like
that way.
Run 15, 20 gallon pots and go all organic. Build your own soil.
Now, what you're trying to do is maximize what you can out of 6 plants. You have to let them beast out, and that's just plain and simple. That's it. Technically, if you let a plant grow to its full potential, you could get 2.5 pounds out of one plant, out of a 20-gallon pot. So, it's on you how you trying to do or what you trying to do. But out of that tent that you got going right there, you're really looking at about 2 pounds worth of weight at the end of the day with those 4 plants.
I'd be so happy with that, DC Farmer.
Yeah, you can definitely get 2 pounds out of that tent, bro. You just gotta scrog it out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Scrog it out, extend your veg time, make sure that your vertical space is maximized as well as your horizontal space.
Don't expect 2 pounds though. Think in your head you're getting a quarter pound. Just so if you get more, you're stoked.
True that.
Yeah, because if you
set targets, I say set targets.
Yeah, I'm saying yeah. You can strive for that 2 pounds, but if you don't get it and you thought you were gonna get it, you're gonna be so pissed off and be like, "What am I doing with my life?"
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm not running high pressure sodium either. I'm running inexpensive LEDs too. So
yeah, so they're Chinese, so they're a little more
top of the line light.
Yeah, they're a little more inefficient on the cheaper LEDs.
Yeah, I mean, until I get it figured out, and I'll drop a little money on something nice.
Yeah, well, when you can go cobs, or CMH is good for the money too. I mean, it's almost as efficient as cobs, and it's a little more than HPS. Oh, probably about the same cost as DEs, but they work pretty well, and the bulbs are good for like 2 years.
Now, but most recreational growers, they're not gonna have the space to run 6 20-gallon pots. I mean, most of your recreational growers are gonna grow in a 4x4 and a 5x5. And if you're lucky enough to have 2 tents and you can veg somewhere else,
well, you could do is just get a fabric pot soil bed and just grow everything in the same soil bed in that space. Okay. But the only thing is, but you're scrogging, so you don't have to worry about rotating plants anyway. That's the only downfall to soil beds. And if other plants are shorter, you got to bend the taller plants so the canopy's even and stuff like that. But
All right. Yeah. I mean, I don't have any problem extending my veg time. I'm in no rush right now. I could certainly go another 2 weeks.
yeah, I mean, you could veg probably up to 2 months in 5 gallons. No
Well,
longer than that.
I cut these
No,
clones
no longer than that though.
October 20th. So these are clones that were cut on
Well,
at the end of October. So we're getting close to that 2 month point.
okay. Yeah, because you don't want them getting root bound going into flower, because then everything will just suffer.
Also, keep in mind your space, because once you flip those girls, man, they gonna beast out on you, man. Like you wouldn't even believe. So the longer you veg, the
Oh,
more they will beast
you're
out.
running Agent Orange too, right? That's what you said.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a sativa plant too, so it's gonna take off on you in flower. It's gonna triple in size, so keep that in mind too. If you're running some like Afghanis or some Kush or whatever, I'd say veg a lot more. But yeah, with Agent Orange, those things are gonna blow up in flower.
Okay.
So how, like, what about your veg situation? Okay, so your veg, it's a what, 2x3 tent?
The veg is a 4x2.
Oh, it's a 4x.
4x2x5.
Okay.
So this is the veg here. So that plant I had yesterday, I've already chopped it up and cloned it. So that's what that looks like in there.
Okay. So I'm just kind of getting the idea of, you said you want to run a perpetual. So you got veg room, you got flower room, and remember we were kind of talking about this the other day about you using both of those tents to flower in and veg in and stuff like that. So that way you got 2 tents flowering and vegging at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So when the flowering's done, you can move the plants or just switch whatever. Start flowering.
Yeah,
If you got the same lights in both, and if you have
for.
the same lights in both tents, then you could just flip one and then turn the other one into a veg and go back and forth without having to move any plants.
Now the other question I had is, all right, so if I veg in 1 gallon pots, can I veg in those for a month and a half, and then transplant them in a 5 gallons and flip right away?
Honestly, it just depends. I wouldn't go past a month. My 1 gallons are filled out in like 2 weeks, but
Okay.
I do organic, so the ferments and the enzyme teas and stuff, the roots just explode, so they fill out the pots a lot faster than you would with bottled newts. So I mean,
Okay.
I think you'd be good for a month, but don't go past
But
that.
can you transplant and flip right away, or do you have to transplant and kind of wait a little bit?
No, you want to let them fill out the pot before they go into flower, because once they're flowering, the roots will barely grow, so you don't want them like growing roots while it's in flower, because then it'll prolong the onset of flowering and it will make the yield suffer.
Okay.
I mean, I've done it, because sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but I was transplanting a 5 gallon into an 18 gallon, and I just vegged it 1 more week and flipped it into flower. I got probably 10 ounces off that plant, and if I vegged it another 2 weeks, I probably would have got a pound, or 12 ounces at least.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but yeah, just let them fill out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll let these go at least another week then, and try to see if we can fill out some of this net.
Yeah.
I mean, this is how it's filled out so far. I don't know if this light's too blue.
I think you're in good shape with the double status right now.
Yeah, probably I'd say when you're about a few inches below the second net, you should flip the light, because with those are going to grow up into the light with Agent Orange. Because I've seen those. I've never grown it, but I've had a few friends that have, and they always blow up.
How long have they been vegging already?
Lucky, how long have they been vegging?
What's up?
How long?
Nah, my
How
question
long
was
have they been veg?
How long are they what?
How long have they been vegging?
Well, I cut the clones October 20th, so they've been vegging since then, I guess.
Yeah. No, Slevin, I don't like those do-it-yourself CO2s. Those actually attract fungus gnats for some reason. But yeah, I don't like those. Just grow some mushrooms or bring in air from outside. Mushrooms put off a lot of CO2 while they're growing.
Was there any other like specific questions that you had, bro, that you wanted to, you know what I'm saying, get everybody's opinion about?
Just basically just nutrients. Like what you know, I know going half strength on nutrients, but is there any other nutrients that I should use besides silica, CalMag, and one base nut?
Kelp.
Kelp?
Yeah, kelp's awesome.
And what's kelp used for?
It's carbs. It's got calcium, potassium, nitrogen, sulfur, iron, manganese, all kinds of good stuff.
It's really low in macronutrients, but really high in micronutrients and good for the microlife.
Exactly, and fungi feed off of kelp as well. If you're doing that, if you're doing organics.
Is there a brand that's better than the others?
I use kelp meal. I don't buy the liquid kelp at all. So I don't have a liquid kelp I could say is good. But I've tried all different kinds of kelp meal, and my favorite kelp meal is from Build the Soil.
Okay.
So I mean, but any of these guys can probably tell you. I mean, I used to use liquid karma back in the day, but that's got like bone meal and blood meal in it and all that, so I wouldn't even use that. I mean,
beneficial bacteria is one of the top things on my list. I say, you know, to every new grower, just make sure you got beneficial bacteria, some type of product.
Now, what is that, like that recharge?
Yeah, recharge, Mammoth P, Mycos from Extreme Gardening, Great White, HydroGuard from Botanic. It's another good one.
Some good quality compost and worm castings will give you all the beneficial bacteria you need, really.
Now the Mycos, you use the Mycos on transplant. Do you need to use it at any other time, or just on transplant?
Yeah, I recommend it. I recommend like I use the granular for transplant, and then I'll use the Mycos WP to like re-inoculate all the beneficial bacteria. You know what I'm saying? The WP is a water soluble, so you can mix it with your nutrients.
Or you can grow cover crops too, and those will facilitate mycorrhizae in the soil. Any short root grass or short root legumes or plants will produce or bring in mycorrhizae.
Mm-hmm.
But can you do that with the type of system he's running though, like running Fox Farm and you know?
That's what I wanted to ask. Lucky, is this your first grow?
And shit. Like, hi, Root, I really want to pick your brain about organics. Like, I think we need to have a whole fucking one of these streams just about.
I know.
Organics.
I just like to throw it out there, you know. So there's the option. I'm not like.
I have a question.
Maybe I'm subliminally trying to get
grow?
them to grow organic, but you know, not intentionally.
Now I'm
DC, yeah, that's my first grow. I grew one plant out during the summer, one small plant, but this is like my first kind of major grow.
All right, my best suggestion is whatever nutrient line you're using, and I don't do nutrients at all, but if this is your first grow, whatever nutrient line you're using, like Can't Wait Till It's Legal said, use that at a quarter strength. And then push it a little bit, until you can find out what your plant could take. But follow that nutrient line that the bottle's telling you to do, because that's pretty much should get you there.
Right.
And in the meantime, try to learn as much of this plant as you can, and then will better, will make you a better gardener at the end of the day. But for your first grow, the best bet would be to follow that whatever nutrient line or whatever it is that you're going out of chart, and it'll get you there to the end. But if you start adding a bunch of this stuff that we all are suggesting to you, and you really don't know what it's meant for, you're kind of hindering yourself. Organics and bottles don't mix.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
I know people that do mix them though.
Yeah,
and they think they get great results.
Yeah, but you're just fighting yourself.
Yeah, at the end of the
losing.
day, you're fighting yourself, man. It's counterintuitive at the end of the day.
Well, the people I know that do it, it's because they refuse to go larger than 5-gallon pots. So they want organics, but they want the yield too. But they refuse to deal with larger pots, So they stick with synthetic-based liquid nutrients. And mix in worm castings and seed sprout teas. It's kind of funny.
Basically, right now, I'm kind of like trying to focus on what he has right now and his.
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, because he's got, what I'm saying, like a couple of days before he's going into flower, and what I'm saying, there's shit that he needs to be doing right now as far as like getting his regimen together with his nutrients and what I'm saying, all that pre-flower prep and stuff like that. But yeah, Lucky, bro, like you're gonna really have to make a decision as far as like what route you want to go. Do you want to go organic, or do you want to go with synthetic, or a mix of both? You know what I'm saying? And then from there, then you kind of like, I always say, try to find somebody, and YouTube is like the best resource right now, just because it's like real time information. It's all current, and try to find somebody who fits with your style that you're trying to, fit into, and then kind of follow along with what they're doing, and then add your own flavor into it, add your own different seasonings. If you see things that you learn about along the way that, what I'm saying, someone else hasn't mentioned to you about, go ahead and try those types of things or whatever. And, that'll give you a better understanding about, what do you like more and what matters to you more. Like me right now, the style of growing that I've been in is just like a more direct, immediate style of growing, but I'm trying to switch over and, do more like organic stuff. But, like that's why I really don't focus on organic nutrients right now, just because I'm trying to fit into a certain style. So like, you know what I'm saying? But if I wanted to go into organics, then which I am currently thinking about it and learning about it and all of that, I'm going to find somebody who I really like what they're doing and kind of follow what, what I'm saying, like their program, and then add my own stuff into it. But, yeah, I mean, because it's just like nutrients is just so broad, bro. It's like a broad ass topic. You know what I'm saying? Like we can go back and forth about nutrients and all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but
I mean, me personally too, yeah, and I agree with everything Monster said, but from my point of view, I'm being biased now, y'all.
Yeah.
Go no-till, man. Go no-till.
like
tomorrow, like tomorrow, I'm going to the brewery.
Uh-huh.
The 3-star brewery in Northwest Washington, D.C. to go buy myself some malted barley.
Word.
I think that's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
I don't know, man.
Definitely hit up the breweries for that, because they always have it the cheapest, like 99 cents a pound and stuff.
Yeah, that's dope as fuck, dog. Like I fuck with that type, like, but it's like daunting right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so like invested in bottles. You know what I'm saying? Like everything I got, like I would literally have to start from square one on everything. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yeah, and then once you start that, you have to finish it out, definitely, for sure. It wouldn't make no sense. Go ahead and finish that out, and like you
Yeah.
said, as you're doing that, you're learning about the other, so you're prepping yourself for the next run or whenever you are ready to do whatever type of grow you decide to do next. You know.
Yeah, most definitely. And I got now, now I got the 2 flower rooms. I'm gonna definitely probably dedicate one of those to an organic setup. But then I've been hearing like people saying don't do that. Like don't have a synthetic setup and then a no-till setup in the same house just because um the conflicting environments and stuff like that. Like in your
Well,
synthetic
I mean,
system, you're complete.
if they're not sharing this, if the roots aren't sharing the same soil, I don't see what the difference is.
My main thing is bugs, bro. Like that's what I'm fucking like terrified of. Like russet mites, fucking 2-spotted, black spotted mites, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my
You
fear.
just gotta have your IPM regimen going weekly. You know, do your kelp spray 1 day a week, do your neem spray 1 day a week, whatever other
Yeah,
foliaries you want to do. But
I know
you know,
people.
because these bugs, they
and
don't
just keep,
discriminate.
yeah,
They don't care how you're growing. These bugs don't discriminate.
yeah, they're after the bugs are attracted to like the terpenes and the sugars in the plant. You know, they're not attracted to salts or the tetrahydra chemical whatever. You know,
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're attracted to favorable environments. You know what I'm saying? And if it's a favorable environment for them, you know what I'm saying? That's where they're going to be at.
oh
Here's
yeah,
the here's the
yeah. If you're on a 90-degree,
misunderstanding with the bugs and no-till. Now, my personal opinion, you get the most bugs when you're running bottle newts. Nothing in your media to counteract the bugs that are attacking your plants or your soil or whatever it may be. See, now when you're running a soil food web, you have all types of predator, you have all types of microbes, all types of life just battling it out,
yeah,
man,
you got
fighting, man. It's just,
yeah,
it's for the bad guys. You know what I'm saying? It's a constant
yeah,
battle going on between bacteria, fungi,
yeah. You got all the
protozoas,
enzymes. Yeah,
life that's going on in the soil and no-till. Don't worry about those bugs if you're doing no-tills, man. Don't worry about everything you hear about bugs attacking your plants, spider mites and all that.
That's harder said
Mites,
than done.
yeah.
mites
And then like the
attack
crab shell
every
meal and
form
the
of
worm
grow.
castings have chitin also, and then the chitinase or however the hell you say that word. And then and then when you use neem cake, cronja cake, those have like azadirachtin in it, and that also triggers the plant's autoimmune system. So it makes actually the plant stronger and against pests.
So I guess this kind of goes into a topic that DC Farmer wanted to talk about tonight. So I guess let's go ahead and dive into this topic. And we're gonna get the floor to DC Farmer. I think he wants to talk about soil food webs and more organic farming and stuff like that. So I'm really interested to hear what he's got to say about this topic. If that's okay with you, bro. DC, can you hear me, bro?
Always game to talk about the soil life, man. So, like it's a misunderstanding going on about organic grows, no-till grows, or bugs in my grow area and all this. These bugs that everybody fear and everybody speak of, they're not seen by the naked eye. It's like a whole different universe in the soil, man. And these bugs could be beneficial to you if you know about the soil food web life. Like these bugs work for you when you're not there in your garden or when you're not caring for them. Everything works along with each other. Nothing's there for no reason. So as long as I personally don't feed the plant. The plant feeds itself. I take care of the soil life in my soil. I
Yeah, the
let the
microbes
plant do
eat
what it wants. Less stress. I don't know, and I'm not trying to be funny or anything. I know that a lot of guys that do bottle nutrients, I know you guys notice sometimes when you overfeed or you notice the tip of your flowers burn. You know,
That
we
doesn't
don't
happen
worry
with
about that.
no-till.
We don't check pH. We don't worry because the plant is feeding itself. If the
Yeah.
plant needs something, it's going after it.
Yeah, when you're using,
Like we're keeping the soil life alive. We're keeping the bacteria and the fungi and everything in the soil working in conjunction with each other, so the plant can do what it wants to do.
and when we use when you use bottle newts, you're sort of force feeding the plant, and it has to take up what it can while the nutrients are still available. And with no-till or organic soil or what have you, with amended soil, the plant feeds what it wants when it wants. So the plant is more in control, and it's able to grow to its full potential.
I see somebody asked, is there a benefit growing in the garage? Yeah, space. Don't be scared of those bugs, man. IPM, preventative, before you start. Preventative.
First thing before you do a grow in a garage, make sure you insulate that garage.
That's true too.
If it's during the summer, it's going to get too hot in there, and during the winter, it's going to get too cold in there. And you can be spending all kinds of money on cooling and heating that you wouldn't need normally. And I guess we lost Monster. And I'm the only one speaking.
My bad, man. I'm sitting here feeding my face. So, hey, yeah, we might have lost Monster. So, DC, so anything else you want to add to what you were saying, bro? Because I'm really interested in what you're talking about with the no-till and organic. I guess organic and no-till is pretty much the same, right?
To a certain extent, it is, but some people prefer to do the organics in different ways. Like, let's take Subcool for instance, his soil mix. That's an organic to an extent, but its soil mix is only meant to last as long as that plant life is alive. Like no-till gardening, as soon as I finish with my plants, I'm keeping my soil. I'm chopping it down and I'm planting the next seed right next to it. The more cycles I run with my soil, the better my harvest will be.
Okay, so I got a question about that. As I'm watching like a lot of different shows and I'm watching YouTube and checking like strain hunters and different things, how many times do you think you can run that same pot before you have to either let it sit so it can build back up its own? Because a certain garden, like in my garden,
well, you just talked to us more.
When I grow my tomatoes and my vegetables, I might run my tomatoes in a certain lane for like 2 or 3 years, and then I won't run them in that lane no more. I'll put them in a different part of the garden. Would it be the same way with the no-till?
Well,
yes, it would. It would to it. No, when you talk now, in the sense that you're talking about right now, gardening with food outside and in your yard, that is absolutely correct. Let's not get that mistaken. If you're running like tomatoes for like 2-3 years in that row, switch it over to the next row. Throw some cover crop on that old road and let everything build itself back up. But yeah, it is true to that sense in somewhat. But when you're doing indoor cannabis grow or whatever it may be, and you have 20-gallon pots, 50-gallon pots, the more cycles you run through that soil, the better your harvest will be each and every time.
Yeah, but you can keep that same row going for 5-10 years too. But you just every round just top dress more worm castings and compost. But with pots, I only go about 3 or 4 rounds, and then I dump the soil and just mix it all up again. I don't tear out the roots. I just throw it in a bin and let the roots break down. But the reason I do that is because after you run about 3 or 4 batches, the soil just gets really compacted from watering. You kind of get that little bit of concaveness on top, So I like, so I can loosen up the soil.
So you saying DC, you saying you're running 20-gallon pots?
Well, right at the current time, I'm running 15-gallon pots.
Okay, so how many you just grow one plant, one 15-gallon pot?
Yes.
Yeah. If you wanted to, you can run 25-gallon pots, run 2 or 3 plants, 30-gallon pots, 40-gallon pots, and run multiple plants in the same pot. if
And
you
the
wanted to.
The bigger your pots, the bigger your plants is really going to be in no-till.
Yeah, the more roots,
So-
the more roots, the more fruits.
And no-till, when I was watching, I think it was Dank Dog. No-till, basically, it's just what it says. No-till. You don't till the dirt. You don't churn it up. You just plant and go.
You just plant and go.
Yeah.
And as soon as that run is done, you chop that plant down. Them roots will be taken care of by the microbial life in the soil. Them roots will be gone between 3 days to a week. Them roots will be gone.
No,
Right, okay.
worms do not eat the roots. Worms will just feed off the bacteria and the fungi and stuff. And then, just poop them on out.
Yeah, and them roots will disappear from your soil. Become nutrient
Right.
for your plants.
Yeah, but the worms are not eating them. Someone asked that in the chat.
No, yeah.
And hot soil it's not really burning your plants in the same way overfeeding your plant would with bottled newts. It just kind of heats up the plant and flares up, but it's not really a burn. It's more similar to a magnesium deficiency. It's gone really bad. But someone else asked that in the chat, or said that in the chat. But, some seed sprout teas or coconut water will bring that right out of that real fast with hot soil.
I'm glad you mentioned
what's that,
coconut
hot soil?
Yeah, I use coconut water a lot. It's just, sometimes it's easier just to pop up some water out of a coconut than do a seed sprout tea just because of the timing. Because like corn seed will take me anywhere from 4 to 10 days to sprout, and they never sprout at the same rate. So, and then
I heard somebody else, 3 Cultivation Nation or 3 Nation Cultivation. I think he does. I think he uses coconut oil water. Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah, I get it straight from I buy coconuts and I just, I drain the coconuts and I use it that way, and I just dilute it.
See, man, y'all doing too much, man. Just pop open a bottle, pour it in the dirt.
No, well, if you're gonna buy a bottle of coconut water, make sure it's not pasteurized, because any coconut water that's been pasteurized has no beneficial enzymes. They're all killed off by the pasteurization process.
No, yeah, I use coconut water too. I prefer young coconut. I do use the raw coconut. I use the raw aloe vera. It's the best way to go if you could do it, if it's available to you. But yeah, I definitely use coconut in my garden.
And if you buy coconuts, make sure you shake them next to your ear so you can
make sure some water in there.
Yeah, make sure some water in there, because the less water you hear, that means they're old and they're starting to go bad.
Man, y'all doing all that, you might as well just use some bottle newts.
Why?
Why? It's still nature. It's still natural. There's no chemicals.
I'm just messing with y'all, man.
There's no folic acid or phosphoric acid. There's no calcium nitrates. There's none of that shit. There's no EDT.
And once you crack that coconut, you can eat what's on the inside, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Dude, shit that is to work with. I just throw the insides of coconuts into ferments. I don't even eat that shit. It's a pain in the ass to cook with fresh coconut.
You might not wake up tomorrow, but you can drink bottled newts.
Yeah, you can drink bottled newts and you'll be living on your toilet for 3 days.
What about yucca?
Yeah, I like yucca extract.
About yucca.
I like yucca. I use it with my neem foliars. And I recently, in the last couple of weeks, one of my buddies who does a mix of synthetics and organics, he's been using yucca with his stuff to balance out the pH. And I've been using it with my labs, and labs have a low pH of like 4 or lower. And so I started using it with just to balance out the pH, but it helps with the CEC of the soil.
Man.
So it's good stuff, and I get.
That's why I'm glad y'all on the panel, man. There'll be a lot of people. We got a lot of questions. Sitting here trying to keep an eye on the chat. Lucky, what we got going on in the chat, Lucky? Lucky done fell asleep. It's all good. I know the excitement of being on the Trichome chasing family and putting him to sleep. Oh, there we go. Yo, Frosty, what's up, man? What you got going on in your garden, bro?
Oh, not too much. It got neglected for a little bit, so shit didn't turn out so good. So it got fed some Final Flush, or was it Final Flush from Advanced Nutrients? Killed that shit off a little early, so I could reset the flower room. It just wasn't not working out so well. It's when you overgrow a plant and then you try to force it into a scrub, and then miss waterings, and when life happens, pretty much.
Right.
So other than that, I'm my electrician is definitely going to be here in the next 72 hours, and then I will be setting up my flower room where my new bedroom is down. But other than that, shit, I took a nap just so I could be up for this shit, bro. I just woke up and was like, "Fuck, I'm already missed. I'm an hour late."
That's that weed lean, bro. That's that weed lean be knocking your ass up.
No, I wish, man. I'll have that Monday. I got some new shit coming in Monday for Cali.
Frosty, what it do, homie? What it do, Frosty?
Too many on medication today, bro. Put my ass to sleep.
I'm glad you made it though, man.
Oh yeah. I'm actually gonna try to. I think I can do this too. I'm gonna holler at the Hookers Organics and have him hop in real quick. I think he was waiting for me to hop in before he jumped in. So.
And Monster talked to him earlier today, man. We talked to him earlier today.
Oh, okay.
Straight like Paul Bunyan, bro. I was like, oh, who the hell is Grizzly Adams on the screen, bro? Who is that?
He walks around wearing like one of them hippie capes, bro. Like, I mean, like it's like a full, it's a full on to all the way to the ground, but it looks like a bathrobe. Man.
I mean, bro, his beard was so big, dude. All you can see was his eyeballs, bro. That's all you can see, bro.
Yo, yeah. He loves that beard, bro. He's been working on that for a minute now.
Hey, I'm gonna have to bring him over to my hood, take him down the corner, let the girl braid that for him.
I told him we should do that too. I was like, you should like totally like cornrow that shit or something, bro. Like braid it up.
Yo, shout out to the chat room. Oh, I see Tony Baloney. Tony Baloney stepped in. Hey, shout out to Tony Baloney, man. That's what's up, man. Thank you for stopping in the Trichome Chaser TV.
That's some Cuban Grower.
Hey, what's up, man? Girl rolling up. What's up? We got Main Girl rolling in. Blunt Thumbs in. DB, Big Dog, he in here. We got, who else we got up in here? We got a lot of Shell Simpson. Don't know who Shell Simpson is, but thank you for stopping by. Let's do a cheers real quick, everybody. What everybody smoking on in the chat?
Welcome to the chat, all the new people. Welcome, everybody.
This is some Topanga OG.
Oh, my God.
The strains from Canorado Genetics.
Oh man, that looks good.
99.9 Pure Heads Dry Sift, made by Cuban Grower.
Hey, real quick, man, so I don't want to leave nobody out.
You just dropped some. That was like
I
fucking sick, dog.
I know. I don't know where it went.
Shoot a shout out to our friends from across the water, Norwegian Frog. Thanks for stopping by.
Found it.
That shit looks incredible, dog. I've been drooling over that shit on Instagram fucking all week,
dude.
Dog.
I did like he had the cookies and cream and the Gorilla Glue. I'm like, I got Gorilla Glue, yeah, So and then he had the Kimbo. And Kimbo's not that strong. It's real tasty. Just no matter what you do, it's just not a strong strain. So, and he had the Topanga OG, and I was asking him about it, and then he just gave me a dab on it, and then he added in some terps of some other dabs with it. And it was just like the most amazing thing I ever. And this, out of all the hash I picked up, this is the best stuff I got at the cup. I mean, it was 120 a gram, but it was, but I mean, it's a cup. It's a once in a while thing, so it's not something I do every day. I only buy hash at the cup.
Shit up there. Did you see that?
Damn, they was hitting heads up there, huh?
Yeah. That's what I heard. 120 a half gram for some people shit. The Frenchie cannoli was like $200 or some shit.
No, the French, my buddy Lemmy, he got some, if you look him up, underscore Lemmy714 underscore, he's got a little video of the Frenchie hash he got. He paid $60 a gram. So the only expensive ones were Cuban Grower. He was 120, and Jedi Dry Sift. He was 120 for his dry sift. But his rosin was like 45, 50 bucks. Here's some of the Berry White dry sift rosin that Jedi Dry Sift made.
Nice.
Yeah,
That looks tasty.
Hey,
it
Hyro.
is. It kind of tastes like a birthday cake.
Hey, Hyro.
Yeah,
I got to fan out on you right quick. You got to meet Brown guy, right?
yeah, he's real cool.
Did y'all chop it up? What y'all talk about?
Not much. We were just kind of there for a few minutes. Basically, what you saw in his video was it. We talked for like a few more minutes. I just asked him where everybody else was, and that was really about it. He was
Ain't
just
get to smoke with him, huh?
Nah, he was working. He was helping out HSO, so he was pretty much working. But I met him and Pedro. I talked to Pedro for about a minute, and that was about it. So everybody was kind of walking in different directions and kind of ran into each other. But I didn't see anybody else on the panel. I ended up hanging out with Green Jeans on Sunday. We were like texting each other all weekend, and we finally like met up on Sunday for like probably 20 minutes. So
That's a cool dude, man. And if anybody could afford these lights that he makes, man, go for them, man. They look like they do great in
yeah,
the garden.
he put in a lot of work building those lights and coming up with the design and just making deals with Cree and everything. So they are expensive, but he's got a lot of overhead too. He's got distributors to pay for. So he's not like making a whole lot of money off you guys. So don't think that either.
Right on.
But yeah, they kick ass. I've been in his room and
Did you get any
he
genetics
does.
at this cup?
Yeah, I picked up some Dark Desire and banana, and then I got a sample of Banana OG crossed with Dark Desire. Oh no! Let me start over. From North Star Genetics, I got Big City Lights, which is Dark Desire crossed with Frisco Snaps, and then that came with a sample tester of a 5-pack of Banana OG crossed with Dark Desire. And then at the Gage Green booth, I got some their landrace genetics of Sour Haze crossed with Pakistani Shatrali Kush. And that was about it for the genetics. My buddy got a bunch that I was with. He got a bunch of stuff from Archive Seed Bank.
Yeah, I heard. Did you see the Dying Breed seed booth?
Yeah, I think we walked by it. There was like a bunch of people around it, I think. That and the Ocean Grown Extracts, which just had a crowd of people around it. So there was a lot of people there. There were some areas like we were in one of the halls or whatever where they had all the booths, and it was literally shoulder to shoulder walking through there, and this big ass dude bigger than me came charging like right at me. I'm like, if you go any more forward, I'm gonna fucking die. Get back the fuck up. And he just kept moving forward, and I just put my arms up and pushed him, and it was just too many people there. It was just so hectic on that Saturday.
It was like a lot of fun though, for sure.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's ups and downs. I'm kind of bummed I didn't get to meet up with everybody. But, that has nothing to do with the cup. It's just there's too many people, and it was just hard to find people. And the place was huge.
Word. Yeah, hopefully, we'll be at the Michigan Cup in June, and
I'm thinking of going to the Vegas Cup. It's not really in Vegas. It's about an hour from Vegas. But I'm thinking of going to that one in March. I don't know if at the local one in here, and I don't even know if we'll have them here. But we have one in February in San Bernardino, usually.
Word. Yeah, we gotta start representing at the Cannabis Cup more, man. The Trichome Chaser family, man. We gotta get more involved in
Michigan.
events.
We'll have our co-op stuff coming up probably in January, February. We'll have all our co-op paperwork taken care of, so we'll actually be able to buy a booth at the Cups if we still have them going on in California. So be able to represent at those, I guess.
Right. Yo, Rich.
Yo, we got 55 watching and only 44 thumbs up. What's up with that, man? Come on, fellas.
Look
Y'all
at
hit that
Rich.
thumbs
This
up
kid
button.
right there came out.
Did anyone on the panel forget the thumbs up?
Nah, I hit it, man. I hit it.
Yeah. They want us to earn that thumbs up.
That's right. Yo, I'm excited, man. I'm excited about Team Trichome Chasers. Yo, anybody see that new intro I put out? Yo, man, that's thanks to Monster. That's some sick shit right there, bro. Some sick ass shit.
Was that the one on Instagram?
Yep.
Yeah, I put
On YouTube too.
I didn't see it on YouTube, but I think Monster posted it.
Yeah, I posted it on the Trichome Chaser TV page. Yeah.
Oh, no, I saw it on that page because I remember I was saying I can pull some live shit from the cup on that. I remember commenting that, yeah. But we didn't have it, so, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, man.
I like that. I like that. The song, oh boy, Monster got for us. That shit is off the chain. And the intro with the Trichome Chaser emblem, and that is sick, bro. I like that.
Did you use the quick?
I'm not for
no.
sure.
Nah. That was actually something that I paid someone to do.
Okay. Yeah, that app kind of sucks. It only lets you do like short little. Yeah, but it's good for intros and shit though.
That app that you told me about though, I have been kind of playing with it, but they only got those same little fucking templates. It's like boring after a while.
Oh yeah, I know. It's just good. I think it's good for intros and outros or transitions. Yeah. That's about it. I don't use it for anything else. I use my regular software for putting shit together.
DC, yo, I meant to ask you this earlier, bro. Like, I'm curious, I'm interested in like your setup and shit, and you know what I'm saying? Like, how many plants you have, how many lights you rock, and all. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell us about your setup. I don't think you ever did that.
Well, I'm running. Supposed to been 30, but I'm down to 29 plants now. Don't do what I do, y'all. I'm being a crash dummy, but it's all good. And I got 61000 taking care of all that.
Nice.
Wow.
Passive intake.
You got 61000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 61000.
You got stock in the electric.
Man, it's been a battle, man. I swear. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all, man. True story from this whole build. Like when I finish this run, y'all get to see the video I put together. But from this whole build, man, I done became a carpenter and an electrician.
Word.
And all that, man. I'm telling you, man.
Word.
I done learned so much growing this damn plant, boy. I tell you, man.
Yeah. Teach you everything.
It does takes a lot, though, man. It takes a lot to keep the environment right. I'm in a location where y'all hear me preach IPM so much because I'm in a location where if I don't stay on top of it, I will lose the battle.
Bugs or powdery mildew?
Both, man. I'm telling you, man. You have to stay on top of this, man. I mean,
all you really need for pests, all you really need is quality neem. Shit works great.
No, for pests, all you need is quality neem, and you also need to be proactive. Don't let your guards down. You don't see it. Don't think everything's good. Don't think
don't start doing the IPM when you see pests. Just keep doing it.
It's a constant battle, man. I'm telling you guys, it's a constant battle.
Don't buy the neem at Home Depot. Don't buy that Dynagrow crap at the hydro shop. Get the Ahimsa Indian neem. Get the Ahimsa Indian neem oil from Build the Soil or neemsource.com.
I mean, whatever your source and your method is, just keep doing it regularly. Stay on top of it. I would recommend method 1 all day, every day. But whatever it is that you like to do and like to use, don't sleep because they will come. They're there. Trust me, they're there. Don't sleep on them. They will come and fuck your shit up.
How often do you guys neem a week?
You had mice. You had mice before, DC?
I had mice before, definitely. And I'm telling you, man, don't nothing piss me off more than shit that you can't fucking see attacking your plants, man.
What are you on that, brother?
I mean, I'm telling you, man. I mean, trial and error. I'm telling you for what I know. So much money goes down the drain if you don't stay on top of your garden, man. It's fun doing this. It is fun doing this, but it costs money to do this. It costs money.
Correction, neemresource.com. I thought it was Neem Source. But okay.
And,
Gotta be on some edibles tonight.
Gotta give us some of that muffin, dog.
What
What's
you
up?
eating? Blueberry muffins, bro?
You gotta give us some of that
It
muffin,
is-
man. I'm sitting
No, it is Neem.
munchies like a muffin.
Oh man, it's gonna put me back to sleep.
That's what's up. Marshall,
Actually,
you got anything you wanted to talk about specifically?
It's Neem Resource is the name of that shop, but the website's actually neemsource.com. I just
Man,
looked it
just
up.
get you a box of neem seed meal from Earth, down to Earth. Get you a box of neem seed meal. Use it in your soil.
No,
use it as tea.
that's
Use
shit-
it as
that-
IPM.
That shitty neem, it comes from Chinese farms with no standardization. You want the neem that comes from the farms in India.
I don't
So-
know about that.
No, once you use that Indian neem oil, you'll see a huge difference. You won't, like, it even smells different. So you'll see a huge difference.
Where do you find it at?
I order it from Build a Soil. It's cheaper to get it from Build a Soil than Neem Resource, Neem Source. If you're buying small amounts, Neem Source is or Neem Resource is cheaper if you're buying it by the pallet.
See, I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't know what's the difference between Indian neem and whatever the other neem you said, but use neem, it works.
No, just that. Like if you use Dynagrow and then you go use that Indian neem, you'll see a huge difference. Because that Dynagrow doesn't do anything. That Dynagrow doesn't do anything but wet your plants with oil.
And also,
Hey, somebody said,
if you're
somebody
into
said
it,
insect spray.
if you're into it, make your own. Make your own IPMs. I tried it. It works. I took Soy Biota's advice, made my own mix, and it also helps. Mix it up a little bit in your garden.
Hey, you know, I made some. I was watching Cali Green one day. And out of soap detergent, a nice, really hot pepper sauce. What else do you use? A vegetable oil or something like that. But man, that's it do work, man. Like as oil drench, or you can spray it on your plants. Some people say they kind of like they don't know about using the hot pepper sauce, but hey, that shit works. Hey, it works.
It does. I've used it. Cayenne pepper.
Right.
I'm gonna do the run on my mix that I made. My home brew mix. Lavender, peppermint. I've also used hemp seed oil. All these products you can get from Amazon. You put your little mix together.
Or Sprouts
man.
Market.
I also put some cayenne pepper in there, and I'm telling you, man, it works, man. You switch it up, man. You fucking these bugs' heads up, man. The shit's gonna work, man.
Too, somebody was saying like have at least like 2 or 3 different kinds you can use so that like you can switch it up. Like, you know, maybe for 2 weeks you might use one type and then different type, and then if you got a third one 2 weeks later from that, use a different type. But they say switch it up. And they say that really fucks the yeah, just like Blunt said cinnamon. I heard that shit work real good.
I mean, the whole objective is they're a pest, so let's make it a pest for them. They don't want to be there. Make them
Also environment. Like mites don't like humidity. Neither do white flies. You know, just don't make it favorable for the pest to show up. I mean, if you have a humidity of 10% and the room's 90 degrees, you're going to get spider mites. Yeah.
Right.
But then russet mites kind of like humidity too, though. So I mean, it's a balance.
I said in the chat, it looked like T-1 wants to know, where do mites come from?
In a galaxy, long ago, in a galaxy far, far away. They were genetically engineered by the U.S. government.
Oh, shit.
I have no idea.
Right. All I know is they stick on your clothes. You end up in your room with them. If you don't take precaution when you go into your room, that's how you get them in there real easy.
Yeah.
Or
I go to someone else's house. I spray myself down with just water. Just a spray bottle of water.
Dude, get a
Well,
leaf
alcohol
blower, bro.
works too.
I know a guy that sprays people off with a leaf blower before he lets them in his room.
Yeah. No one really goes in my room, so it's
Right.
yeah. And the only other grower that goes in my room, he's got a clean room. And then I got one other guy who just grows outdoor, but he does all organic veggies. He doesn't grow cannabis at all. Well, actually, he did for a little bit, but he's not right now.
Yeah, I'm glad I woke up, man. I thought I was gonna miss the whole stream.
I thought I was late. I was running around trying to get this wine cooler for my mom. That was a big pain in the ass. Thing is huge.
Man, I just lit a big fart before I go in my tent, man. That killed everything. Good.
Oh man.
So I wanted to talk about a little bit about something since we having a little bit of fun. I wanted to talk about something. I was going to bring up in this community. Monster posted. I don't know how many of you guys follow Monster on Instagram, but Monster posted up this guy that gave a really good speech, in my opinion, about the community, this growing community that a lot of us are in, and just the overall outlook and overall working together, because we're still it's still illegal. You know what I'm saying? It's still illegal. So, but this movement that we've been doing, and a lot of people way before me, way before some of you guys, but it's people have been doing, man. And some of the things that I see going on in the community that happens, I just want to talk about, I feel like if more people like us, like we're doing right now, if more people work together, we can really make this movement go a lot farther. I mean, you think about it, like right now, I think in Michigan, I think I read that a bunch of dispensaries got raided because technically they didn't have their license right now. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, some of the things that they did, if you knew, you took a chance by setting up your dispensary before you got your license. You see what I'm saying? A chance, really, I don't see how us in the community could fully support something that could hurt us in the long run, because if you think about it, a lot of people are looking at us for us to fuck up anyways. Finger and say, yeah, see, we told you so. We told you it was going to be like this. We told you it was going to do that type of shit. So things like that, I think, kind of like hurts the community. We also seen somewhere online, we seen a guy had just got busted. His house got raided. I guess he had a nice size grow room, and because he was selling to kids. That type of shit right there really makes it look bad for the ones in the community that's really trying to do a positive thing for the movement, because for the simple fact, that's one of the things why they didn't want this to be legal anyways, because what's the main thing that they say? It's the kids. We're worried about the kids. So you got guys doing things like that.
Was he really selling to the kids, or was he helping sick kids? Because a lot of times,
no, he was selling to kids.
Okay.
He lived like
how the media twists that when. Okay. Media twists that shit.
They did kind of say. I think they did kind of like. I think they did kind of like blow it up a little bit, bro, because he was on the same street as the school. You know what I'm saying? But he was selling to a kid at the school who told on him, basically, when they got caught with the weed. They told where they got the weed from. Yeah. It wasn't like he was selling to the whole fucking school or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Right, it was a kid who got caught, and they just ratted him out, basically, and it was down the street from the school.
You got to watch the electric company, too, man, because where I'm at, the city right next, they had a guy get busted. because he was stealing electricity. They came in to put a new meter on his house. They found out he stole about $72,000 worth of electricity.
Yeah, I don't think nobody on this team or even in the chat steals electricity, so we ain't never got to worry about dumbass shit like that. Pay your
Yeah.
I know, but
You steal electricity, they make an example out of you.
electric bill.
Exactly. But so that's the type of things, that's what I was saying. That's why, Nina talk about, we all in this, man. Honestly, man, we should all be in this together, man. We should all be in this trying to work together, trying to, do good things for the community, because the only way, my personal opinion, is really going to take flight is if we all work together. Somebody, I think Blunt Thumb said, fuck a license in the first place. I agree that you got to get one. You can't say fuck a license. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Unless you stay underground, unless you stay black market. You know what I'm saying?
But to get a license,
anything within the limits of the guidelines that they say that you got to do it, guess what? Just like if anything else in the world, you got to follow those guidelines, or they're gonna make an example out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, but even here in California, you could follow the guidelines to a T, and then they'll switch up the zoning laws on you, and they'll get you on a zoning violation. That's how they get everybody in California now, on zoning violations.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all bullshit because they just keep switching up. I mean, look what happened. Did you hear about Mark Emery and Jody Emery? They got busted like the same day they opened up their shops for illegally selling drugs, which was just cannabis. And same day their shops opened.
Well, I mean,
they went to jail.
Let's say right now, I'm living in California.
But that was in Canada. That was in Canada.
Well, Canada, they had some big shit going on in Canada. It was fucked up, totally fucked up. Look how many shops they raided in Canada. I mean, they literally raided, and they was all legit. They had just come from court, won a big thing in the court and everything, and that fucking whoever that police dude was up there raiding them anyways. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but here in the United States, it's no matter whether this, what I'm trying to say is that no matter what the states do approve of, it has never been anything where they allow the states to truly run how the states want to run. Nothing. The government always stepped in, and it's still federally upon. So I guess you just got to take it as it comes. But what my thing is that bring that extra heat on you, though. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring nothing stupid. And then I think united we stand, divided we fall, or divided we fall, united we stand. And that's true. We don't have, if nobody's really supporting, I shouldn't say nobody, but I see a lot in this community since I started. I see a lot of those love in the community. To help people out. I see a lot of people that will, do things for other people in the community, but I see a lot of things that go on in this community also fucked up. And they kind of make you think, man, that word grows love. What does that really fucking mean? You know what I'm saying? Do some people just say that shit just to be saying it, or do some people say it because they really mean it? You see what I'm saying? So my what I wanted to just talk about was just, I would like to see this. I would like to see more of us working together for the movement, for the cause. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way we're gonna be able to get everybody to be able to, reach some type of success from it. It has to be something. It has to be us working together.
Can I say something real quick, bro? I definitely I agree with you 99%, 99.9%. But I can't forget about all those cannabis soldiers out there who are in jail or have done bits for growing cannabis, selling cannabis, or whatever. And that's the reason why that in these states, you know what I'm saying, that we're in, that there's medical laws. You feel me? Is because there's people out there that they're like, fuck the laws. I'm gonna provide this plant to these people. You know what I'm saying? This medicine to these people. You know what I'm saying? And if it wasn't nobody like that, then we would still be, you feel me, in a situation where it was like when we was growing up as kids. You feel me? Like, so I mean,
I'm all for that, man. I'm all for that. I give them mad props, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing.
It's a double.
Do what I'm doing if it wasn't for them. I give them all the props. They the ones that took that real sacrifice then, is doing 20 years and different shit like that, 30 years of life for a motherfucking joint or a plant. You know what I'm saying? So I give them mad props. But if you look at the shit that they was doing back then, what I was talking about basically is more connected to each other than what we are today. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see. I think back then they were more what we are today. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You always gonna have somebody that's gonna be that. You always gonna have a hater. You always gonna have somebody that's, you know, feel like they can do better and they don't need this. They don't. You always gonna have that. But I think that overall, I think when the movement started with all those guys, the OGs that started before us, I think they were better united than what we are today. That was my point.
Yeah, you got it. That's a good point.
My soapbox and keep drinking my Coke 45. Anybody else got something they want to talk about? Go ahead, Frosty. What you got? I know you got something you want to talk about.
And
I'm
not
over
too much, really, man.
man.
Not
How many-
neglect your garden.
How many people we got in the chat?
Oh, we still rocking 49 in the chat with 60, 50 right now with 60 thumbs up.
Shout out to the 50 people in the chat, man. Shout out to y'all, man.
Hell yeah. And I'm gonna go post on my Instagram real quick, see if we get some more people up in here.
Frosty, you were saying you wanted to talk about some kind of like recovery things, right?
Oh yeah. Like when life happens and you know your garden gets neglected, you know how to pick yourself up from that. You know how to recover from that. Like I've always had a good looking garden. You know this is the first time right now that my stuff looked like straight shit.
Bro, you've only been growing a year, dog.
Oh, I know.
You've only been growing a year, but it happens. I mean, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember.
I think Monster is the only one that's seen how bad my garden is right now.
Bro, I remember. Hi, Root. Your mic's muted, bro. Hi, Root. Unmute yourself, dog.
I don't know if he got his headphones in.
We can't hear you, Hi, Root. We can't. Is Lucky talking too? We can't hear you either, Lucky. Everybody's muted. Unmute yourself. I think we got some tips trying to.
Yeah, they both
Hi, Root and Lucky. Hi, Root.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Lucky, we got you. Hi, Root. You might got to click on the screen, bro. What was you saying, Lucky? There we go.
Hey, I got a basic ass question. Organic are the yields the same? Is it the same kind of yield on an organic garden as a bottled nutrient garden?
Yeah, we got you, Hi, Root. Yeah, we got you, Hi, Root.
Okay.
All right, Lucky, ask that question again, Lucky.
Is there a yield difference between running organic or running newts, regular newts? Is the yield the same?
Well, with regular newts, you'll probably get a faster veg time, but you'll need larger pots with organics. But you can still get big yields. I run 18-gallon pots, and I get about anywhere from 10 ounces to a pound a plant.
18-gallon pot. What kind of square footage is that?
The plant can take anywhere up to from a 3x3 to like a 3x4.
And then what water do you use? Can you just use tap water with organic, or do you need to use like?
I use tap water, but I aerate it for a day or two. You know, just to get all the chlorine out, because I mean, RO water is wasteful. I do buy RO water for making hash, and cooking and drinking, but I just use tap water on the plants. But I have low ppms here. My ppms are like below 200. So
I think ours in DC are like somewhere in the neighborhood of like over 200, between 200 and 250.
That's not that bad at all. I mean, there's other.
No.
I know places like an hour, 2 hours for me to get like 400 ppms. You know.
Now here's a good question. I'm buying distilled water every time I'm watering. Should I just say fuck it and use tap water?
Yeah, I mean your tap water should be fine. Just make sure to aerate it though, because that will remove the chlorine. After a while, you'll be able to smell the chlorine in the water, just the smallest amount.
Okay. When you say
yeah.
aerate it, just put it in the bottle with the cap
air
on?
pump and air stones, like a fish tank, you know.
Oh, I gotta buy more shit now. Damn.
You just go to the hydro shop, get a pump for like 12. You get a pump for like $12, and then you get a couple air stones for like $2 each, and then some tubing for like $3, and you're
Hey,
good
Lucky,
to go.
you come out cheaper that way, man.
Yeah. Dude, I started growing like in the summertime, like in July and August, and man, I'm probably like $2,000 to $3,000 in, just buying shit that I didn't need. And man, I really wish I would have been more knowledgeable at first, but I guess that's part of being new.
Oh yeah,
I think we all went through that, man.
So I mean, I wish I wouldn't have bought Fox Farm. I would have went back and not bought it. But since I have it, man, I got to figure out how to use it. I'm not going to not use it, if I bought it.
Dude, like fucking over 10 years ago when I was doing hydro, I was spending like $300 to $500 a month on nutrients. It was ridiculous.
Oh my God.
I spend less than that a year now.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Well, cool. Well, I'd say what? I mean, thank God we got DC Farmer in the neighborhood, so when I want to go organic, I got a reference.
Yeah, he knows this shit.
Man. I mean, I definitely want to. Me personally, I have a personal goal in mind. Like in DC, man, I'm gonna put it out there like this, man. Right now we have grow stores. How can I put it? Everything's in it is the same, no matter what store you go to. You even got a grow store that's organic. There's nothing organic in it. So my goal is I'm trying to, have a store where it's a organic store, a no-till store where you could come and get organic ingredients so you could do what you want to do with your plants. You see what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
And it's less expensive, man. You know what I'm saying? I found this out the hard way too, just like you did, man. And it's like, my suggestion to you, go to grasscity.com and look up No-Till Revisited. And those guys in that forum, man, they know what they're talking about, man. They really know what they're talking about. It's cost efficient. You get quality. You get yield. All this works if done properly. And, I just say that to say like, can't wait till this league was talking about this community coming together, right? Well, that cuts both ways in the fact that we need to support each other as growers and as people that are innovators, that come up with these solutions and these alternative to growing, that's less expensive to the grower and get quality. I mean, you're getting quality, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's support our community. Let's stop supporting big corporation. You know what I'm saying? We know what we're talking about as growers, man. And if we do come together, we will be unstoppable. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that's coming down the pipeline is that this shit is getting ready to be legal, and big corporation is gonna have a big hole in it, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, that's why they already passed that new CBD law the DEA passed. They're getting scared that they're going to lose. This shit is a gold mine, that they're going to lose. Gold rush. Money they're getting scared that they're going to lose control and not be able to regulate it.
Well, I think it's crazy in DC. Like, anybody can grow. You don't need a medical card. You don't need nothing.
You don't need nothing. You don't
need anything.
You don't need no permits to grow in your home. You don't need shit, man.
Nothing.
Your fucking and do what you do. Y'all see, look, let me tell y'all something on the panel, right? Y'all see me doing what I do. Y'all think I'm crazy because I shouldn't be doing that. But if I go by the law, you can't come into my home because I'm using too much power. This shit is fucking legal. I could use power if I want to now. You see what I'm saying? So long as I ain't being hot with my shit and bringing too much attention or making the neighbors mad at me for any fucking reason, I'm fine, man. You know what I'm saying? In DC, you could do what you want to do. Respect your neighbors, man. I'm going to tell you that, man. Respect your neighbors because that's who will get you caught up.
Yep.
All my neighbors are potheads and they stink more than me and they smoke more than me.
I pissed every one of my neighbors off my throat.
No, you're right about that, man. You're right about that, DC. I feel you on that 100%, man.
Dude, you walk
you're
around.
Right about that.
You walk around District of Columbia, man. All you do is smell weed.
It's like that. It's like that in my area now.
You smell it everywhere.
It's like that in my area too. Ever since 64 passed, you smell people smoking it everywhere.
Everywhere.
And you can smell the specific strains, just not that. It's not just that skunk smell.
And I wish for every state in America to be how we are, except without the 6-plant rule. You know what I'm saying? Like I really do wish this for everybody, man, because it needs to be out there for everyone, man.
Yeah, the 6-plant rule.
The thing is, with DC, our politicians aren't very bright though. So what's going to happen is in other states, they're not going to be as loose with the laws as they are in DC. We just have the fortune of having politicians that aren't really that smart.
Well, see, what happened in DC is
we got Jerry Brown. I mean, come on.
To let everybody know what happened in DC, over 73% of the population in DC wanted this to be legal with no restriction. Now, Congress, due to our fucked up laws, because we're not a fucking state in DC, could control how we do shit. But thank goodness for our mayor, who has some balls, which she's a female, y'all. She still went through and passed the law as best as she could. You know what I'm saying? And did what the community wanted, which is what's supposed to be, we the people. You know what I'm saying? 73% of the people in DC voted for legal marijuana, and they still try to stop that shit, and they couldn't. So as long as people keep pushing harder and harder in every state, we can make this shit happen, man. If it can happen in DC, it can happen anyway.
Yeah, man, that's why I brought that up, man. It can happen, bro. It can happen, man. Y'all about to see some things at the Trichome Chasers. We got a little project we're gonna be doing with the OGF family. The OGF family, Outlaw Gangster family. We got some.
Think about it. I mean, think about it, y'all. Look. We're supposed to be the capital of of America. DC is supposed to be the capital of America. How can we be legal and everybody else not?
That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah,
just keep fighting, man. Keep fighting, keep growing, man. Keep pushing. I know people are gonna get locked up. I know shit's gonna happen, man. But just keep fighting, man. You're not criminals. The shit, we're not fucking murderers and none of that shit, man. Don't feel less than human because you like fucking growing weed or like smoking this shit, man. Just keep fighting this shit, man.
Yeah, we got a lot of really good activists here in DC that really, really push it hard, and very fortunate for their efforts.
Definitely. And shout out to the OGF family too. I fucks with them too, man, for sure.
That's why I brought this topic up, man, because I felt like what I've been seeing lately, that is just it's just too much. It's just like anything else, man. It's like a sickness. Once a virus, it just starts spreading and spread from one person to another person to another to another team to a family, and it just keep going. The only way to cut that out, man, is that we got to come together, man, and keep pushing, because we all trying to do the same thing, regardless of whether you want it to be legal, whether you want it medically, regardless if you want it recreational. We all shooting at the end of the day. We all want the same fucking thing, bro.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm a hard-headed motherfucker, man. I done lost half my fucking life to this shit, man, and I'm still doing it, man, because I feel that what I'm doing is right in my fucking bones, man. Can't nobody tell me it's wrong, man. Can't nobody tell me this shit is wrong.
Yep. I feel you on that.
And I'm gonna keep going,
man.
Nah, that's real shit, bro. I share your passion, DC. I share it 100%, bro.
DC, whenever you get to the Northeast, let me know.
Man, I'm always around, man. So just you can DM me on my IG, man. We can meet up. I'm all over, buddy. Man. I'm always around, man. Hey, that's one thing I love about DC too, man. But we ain't so big, man. So we could definitely always connect and reach out to anybody, man.
Cool.
Marshall, you got hey, matter of fact, I think it's time for a cheers. Cheers, eh?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna fall asleep.
Safety.
Hey, yo, Budman, High Roots hit the dab, man. So you gotta hit that thumbs up, bro.
Yeah, I did that just for you. And me.
I'm the only one with no green, man. I gotta grow my own green.
Nah, you,
Oh, yeah.
hey, you with the right crew,
Green bug
bro.
waters.
We got something for you, bro. We got something for you.
I only buy hash when I go to the cup. I never buy weed anywhere. I haven't bought weed in years.
Hey, y'all, man.
Cannabis. Sorry, cannabis.
I got to stab out for the night, man. I appreciate y'all having me on the panel again. I love the chat, man. Love the Trichome Chasers. Tune in next week, man. I'm gonna be talking about bacteria like it's crack. So tune in next week, y'all. I love being on the panel, man. See y'all, man.
All right, DC. Have a good evening, brother.
All right, y'all.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot.
DC definitely a passionate grower, man. Definitely passionate, man.
Hey, yo, Bud, man, I got some killer ass trim, man. I'm about to hook up with Monster. Hash on that shit.
Drive out to California. I'll press it out for you.
Now,
Or wash it.
hey, Trichome Chasers, we got to press.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. My plates aren't even here yet. They should be here on Monday.
Yo,
I hope.
You're gonna die if you keep smoking my weed. You can't smoke my weed like you smoke everybody else's weed. It's over. I'm over here with my little cousin. You know,
Grow Mouse proved Cali weed's a real thing.
Dang, man.
So on the round table, when I watched that shit, that motherfucker was laid out, dog. That motherfucker,
I was listening to that. I was just listening to that chat on the way to the. I was driving. I just had it on my phone playing, just listening to it. And you know, when you're not watching, it just sounded like all incoherent rhetoric. But I was driving up to NorCal for the Cup, listening to that. Some of it was funny though.
Terp tips. Anybody got terp tips? Terp tips for Woody.
Woody was.
What does he want to know? What does he want to know about terps? Like, are you talking about like refractive distillation, or are you trying to improve terps?
No. He said it doesn't smell or taste.
It don't smell or taste like it should. It might not be just a terpene.
How do you cure it?
It could be your genetics. Nutrients do kind of play a factor to a point, but barely.
I don't know about genetics.
But you can improve flavor by increasing your Brix levels. But the ways I know are more of organics. But molasses does it kind of a bit. Rock dust, seed sprout teas, ferments, those all in a mix of. I think it ferments to improve the Brix levels the best. But and higher Brix levels equal higher terpene profile. Like living soil honestly brings out the highest terps.
Right.
Having a good light source and the way you cure it, I think, has a lot to do with it.
Slow dry it. Do not dry it fast at all. You want to slow dry your stuff.
I'm buddy and tried his stuff. It was no flavor, tastes like hay. And then I got it and did it. I ran it. He was like, "How did you grow something better than me?" And I'm like, "Well, how'd you cure it?" And then our curing process was I hang for 7 days, then I trim, then I put it in the cure bucket. Pop the jar.
And that's what I was going to talk about. You know, it's a lot of different factors. What I was going to bring up is we had talked about this many live streams ago. Also, flushing.
Oh yeah.
Don't flush properly. Your weed will taste like shit. You know, you got to really flush it out. Most people will tell you to get your ppms when you flush as low as possible. I would say anything from 100 and below.
Hey, that hat's wrong. It should say stoned at the end, bro. Not great again. It says stoned again.
To answer Faded wanted to know how long to cure.
That's why.
I think most people on the panel would say 30 days.
Yeah.
Do something properly, I would say 30 days would be the minimum amount of days that you would want to cure.
Yeah, 30 days.
I do a 7-day hang. I trim it, then hang it for 7 days, put it in a jar for about 5 to 7 days with opening the jar every other day. And after that, bro, it's fucking. I mean, Monster can speak on what my shit come out like.
With me, I hang it for about 7 days to 2 weeks. I try and get it as long as possible, and then I jar it up, and then for 24 hours, and then I open the jar for about an hour, and then I seal it up and leave it closed for about a week, and then just burp it once a week, and that's it.
Yeah, what I do.
You want to burp it as little. You want to burp it as little as possible, because every time you burp it, you lose terps.
I burp it 3 days. I burp it for 3 days for about 20 minutes to an hour each day that I burp it, and then after that, I don't open the jar up no more. Use the Bovita humidity packs I put in a jar. I use those.
Oh yes, I do that
Keep it
too.
about 62.
I use the Integra packs or Bovita packs.
How many packs?
I put
How many
go ahead,
packs do you use per jar?
I put 2 packs in a half-gallon jar.
Say depending on the size of the jar. The small jars I got,
And that's if it's full too. Yeah.
I use one of those.
Fucking A.
A big ass, like I use a pickle jar sometimes. Them big ass pickle jars, I use like 2 to 3.
Beginners.
But to answer old boy's question, T-1 was asking a question about he said it's dry here. RH okay during veg. Now I'm gonna talk about my experience with veg and what I do, and then everybody else could, people else could tell you about theirs. Man, my humidity be high as hell, dog. I ain't even gonna lie. I run my humidity 70-80% sometimes during veg because I've seen the growth rate and the vigorous and the just the overall health of the plant. For me, where I live at, percent is awesome for it. The only time I drop it down like 40% is when I'm in flower. 40%, I drop it down as low as 32% before when I'm flowering. But during veg, is at least 70% during the veg.
You put a humidifier in your tent?
No, actually just from the light. Just from the light. Now, I'll tell you during the winter time, yeah, I have to add a humidifier during the winter time because it's drier. But during the summertime, nah, man, just the tent from the light going on and off, the humidity in there, and then like I'll slow the rate of the that's being pushed in to try to keep the humidity in there a little bit longer, and or slow the rate down being sucked out. Basically, I do believe that's what it is. But run a humidifier during the summertime.
I run one year round in my flower and veg, but I'm in a really dry climate, and I have an open reservoir, 27-gallon reservoir in my flower room. So, and it takes like both of those just to keep the humidity at 50%.
For the curing process, if you don't want to do mason jars, they have these things called harvest keepers. They're child-proof and everything. And these buckets are way more convenient than opening a bunch of mason jars. I'll tell you guys that right now. And it works great too.
Do you notice a difference in using those versus glass?
No, it's the same. That's what I'm saying. I noticed no difference at all.
You don't get a plastic flavor like the Home Depot buckets do?
No, hell no. Bro, I don't even carry glass no more. I carry exclusively in plastic, bro.
Plastic?
Yes, sir.
Huh.
Make sure BPA free, food grade plastic only.
That's what I was gonna say. Food grade plastic. Yep.
Yes.
I just use half-gallon and 1-gallon mason jars.
But
it's right here from
like a little bit more expensive than the regular buckets, like the white ones. Like the regular buckets are like $2.50. The food grade ones are like $3.50 or some shit. Like $1 extra for the food.
Like I go to Walmart. Remember I was telling you about Walmart, Monster? I go to their bakery and I get, because they recycle their buckets at the bakery like once a week. So you catch them and they sell them like 50 cents or $1 for a bucket. But they're all the white ones, the food graded are higher. And them things, matter of fact, I'm gonna start a couple of DWC buckets in them.
Yo, anybody heard from Jay?
Nah, I didn't hear from her today.
I didn't know if she was hopping on or not. She just hollered at me like yesterday, and we talked for a minute on Instagram, but I didn't know if she was gonna be on the stream or not.
Say turkey bags. Yeah, them turkey bags, them buddy bags. Man, I gotta order. As a matter of fact, I'm ordering some of them tonight. Them buddy.
Those have holes in them though, so you can't really cure in the turkey bags. They don't cure the same because they have the hole. Yeah, because they have the holes in them, so your terps are escaping in the turkey bags.
Yeah.
I was thinking about using these big ass olive jars.
Just wash it out.
Man said,
as long as it's airtight. If it's airtight, and wash that shit out clean. And yeah, the less you burp, the more terps. Less burp, more terp.
Everyone raise your hands if you graduated from turkey bags to totes. I ain't got that far yet, bro.
Yeah, we used to run turkey bags back in the day, but no, Rob Clark. I was at a panel at the Cup for cultivating for terpenes, and Robert Clark was even saying he stores several jars in his freezer with 5 grams in each jar. And when he wants to smoke, he pulls out a jar at a time, just so he doesn't open the other ones to let terps escape. And he actually said less burp, well, he didn't say those exact words. I coined that phrase. But he said, you know, the less
I'll tell you another
burp
thing
it,
I found
the more...
out.
Yes.
Is
this a dramatic pause?
Total darkness. I've been using those lately.
What? We're cutting out. What would you say?
Oh, I was saying I've been using like the different colored, like the blue or the red colored mason jars. I read something online about like curing or storing your buds in like pill bottles or something like that. Where you get the big ones because the way that texture of the pill bottle, the color of the pill bottle actually blocks out a certain spectrum of either lights in the house or sunlight.
Well, UV doesn't pass through glass. When UV hits glass, it converts to infrared. UV can only pass through borosilicate glass. That's the only type of glass.
So yeah, I've been using those colored ones lately.
So I use clear ones, and I just keep them in the dark.
I have noticed a difference in my bud. So yeah, that's what's up.
I do not. How do I look? I look like Eddie Murphy. What? I really just look like the guy from Golden Child, Eddie Murphy.
Man.
Well, it's better than saying I look like the guy from Lost, I guess. I get that too.
Triple OG, man, what you got over there?
Oh, I'm en route to the pad right now.
All right. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about your new toy you got, Monster.
The new what?
Let's talk about your new toy you got. Your new
the
toy
bubble
you got.
Machine? The bubble machine?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm loving that shit, bro.
What? Is it a washer?
Yeah.
What is it?
The little 6-gallon little blue one.
The clear one, like the Panda, or?
Yep. And then I just bought some little cheap fucking bubble bag dude bags just for the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because I figure like this is my very first set of bags, so you know what I'm saying. I just wanted to get like the routine down and shit. But I'm definitely gonna order a set of Bugatti bags. You know what I'm saying? But
I do want the Bugatti bags, but I'm kind of thinking like maybe they're hard to get, but those nicotine bags, because they kind of look like the same thing.
But
you know?
I talk to Nigga T on the phone all the time, and he's not even making them no more.
Okay, so those are long ago. I never got them. I tried to buy them so many times. Like they'd be in stock and they're sold out 2 hours later.
Yeah, he said as soon as he gets them in stock, he's going to sponsor us and shit. He likes the the solventless soldiers like idea and shit. So he says
Yeah, I fucking forgot to go. I couldn't find his booth at the Cup, and I couldn't, and then I just forgot until it was too late.
Yeah, soon I'm gonna be flying out there to Denver to go hang out with him and the whole Essential Extracts team and do some like video shoot type of other whole program and put that on the Trichome Chasers TV. So that's gonna be fucking awesome when that shit happens. Probably in the springtime. You know what I'm saying?
That would be cool.
Oh yeah.
I might be moving out there next year.
I'm definitely looking forward to getting those Bugatti bags though, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm moving to Mexico, man, so I can bring back that motherfucking brickweed.
Dude, I'm going there for El Chapo, bro.
Well, you know what? There's really nothing wrong with Mexican weed. The reason why that brickweed was so bad is because they weren't like letting it go to full maturity. They're cutting that shit down when it was halfway done.
That's all right. I'm gonna do the same thing, man. We're bringing back the original brickweed.
You want to get like the old Mexican sativas and that's skunk, you know.
When I lived in Texas, man, that's all we had.
Yeah, I mean that's what I came up on, getting weed from the cholos at the park. I did that shit too.
I'm gonna make sure I transport it back
they were telling us it was chocolate Thai with seeds bulging out.
Hell yeah. Man, well, that's what's up, man. So anybody else, anybody in the chat went to the Emerald Cup? Wonder if anybody in the chat went there. Hey, Green Show, did you go to the Emerald Cup?
Was it any questions in the chat? My bad. I'm sorry. I'm in the car right now. But
I've been asking the questions lately in the chat. A lot of people I've been asking a lot of so far.
Trying to press.
Well, I think if we don't got no more questions or nothing like that, we'll probably wrap this episode up. We've been streaming for what, 2 hours?
Yes, sir.
Word. We had a good stream, man. We, you know what I'm saying, had a good discussion, good topics, good conversation. Hopefully Lucky learned a few things and got his you know what I'm saying, his little grow over there kind of organized a little bit more. But Lucky,
appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
You already know, man. You know what I'm saying, you part of the team, so if you need any help, man, just holler.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
Matter of fact, hey, and like I said, man, I'm gonna get in touch with the vendors, man, that send me those samples. I'm gonna see if I can get you some samples out, bro.
That'd be awesome.
Word. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat for coming through, holding it down with the Trichome Chasers, man.
Yeah,
every Saturday.
Yeah, buddy, we back strong as ever. We got some nice people on the panel,
Hey,
Trichome Chasers, baby.
That's the way we do it. Too.
I think we'll have some more people on next week. I invited a few people, so they have some really good hash knowledge. They got some really good hash knowledge and have won a cup or two.
The Hookers Organics boys just now texted me back too.
And look out for the hash stream, the hash talk stream. We're gonna start another live stream that's just nothing, but hash talk and learning about different techniques and, mainly solvent methods, but, maybe we'll do, solventless methods. Maybe we'll throw some solvent talk in there every now and then, but, so look out for that too.
I'll be throwing up some more hash.
Thank you again for everybody on the panel coming through, holding it down. Lucky, Frosty, High Root. Can't wait till it's legal. DC Pharma. Shout outs to everybody.
I'm gonna try to get in touch with somebody to make that art. I know some people that have been making that RSO oil, that Rick Simpson oil. I might try to get somebody, either if not the next live stream, at least one coming up. Try to get somebody on to talk about that. I'll run a segment on some edibles because I should be good and ready by then.
I got some 151 Everclear sitting with probably like a QP worth of trim sitting in it that I done already made. You know what I'm saying? It's already strained out and everything. All I gotta do is boil that stuff down so all the alcohol come off, and that's basically Rick Simpson oil in my book.
Yeah.
Have you tried making infused coconut oil?
Oh, I made that already, man. I got some, and I got a jar of that. King over here, bro. I got donuts. Nah, you know what? Donuts.
No, I'm saying I like
donuts.
I like the coconut oil more than the butter, and I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of the Rick Simpson oil being an organic head. You know.
Well, the only reason why I'm a fan of the Rick Simpson oil is because it's more medicinal than than doing it for just like edibles and stuff. I wouldn't put that in edible or anything, but I would use it for my loved ones. It really helps them with a lot of their medical issues. It helps them so they can sleep at night. When they get up, man, there's no sluggish feeling. They feel pretty good. That's what I'm a fan about the Rick Simpson oil about.
Okay.
I know somebody that uses it to make Buckeyes, and it comes out pretty fire, bro.
Yeah, I know a few MS patients that can't use it because the high CBD and everything aggravates their pain more. Like they get more relief from a higher THC, high CBG regimen.
Yeah, before I get out of here, man, before I close this up, I want to say shout out to everybody in the chat. I want to say shout out to the shout out to my man Rusty Shackelford. Shout out to you, Rusty. Shout out to Silver State Genetics.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to all the notes.
Man, it's been good talking to you guys, man. It's been a nice show.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the solventless no-till soldiers in the chat.
That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what
Trichome
use that, man.
Live stream, the Grow live stream, episode 10. It's been real. You guys have a good evening.